guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with The Last Kingdom, episode 5 of season 3. What happened last episode?
Nothing much, just Ragnar dying. Fucking hell, I'm still mad. So, Aethelwold got scared because after Uthred left, thanks to, the blow up of he wanted to save Aethelflaed, and they were, pissed that he wanted to save a Saxon again. He left, and Ragnar basically put his frustration on Aethelwold, saying it was his fault, that he manipulated people, and basically he felt betrayed and he was hurt, and then the cousin manipulated the situation to push Aethelwold to kill Ragnar before he killed him.
Yeah.
So we thought it wasn't gonna happen. We thought Aethelwold was not gonna win, but then he did it in the middle of the night and it worked. Ragnar is dead.
I don't think that people would believe that his mistress did it.
I don't think so either, especially it depends on how the cousin works this out. Like, he does want, like, now that Ragnar's not around, he gets a shot at Bridas, which is what he wanted, but he also gets a shot at ruling the army, which is also something he might want. So if he finds out, because he knows, but if he finds out that Aethelwold killed Ragnar and he takes care of him, who knows if he, maybe will get the respect of the others. We'll see, but Aethelwold was manipulated and he did something that I'm sorry, I can't forgive him for.
You thought that Ragnar deserved a better death.
Yes, I did.
Right?
In any case, while this was happening, Uthred went to Aethelflaed and he protected her. He had to give up Skade, for her. So Skade is now a prisoner, sort of the other Viking whose name I forgot. I keep forgetting his name.
The one who's keep playing to,
the one that wants Aethelflaed.
Alfred.
And he did promise he was gonna get her back, and she said, "Until you get me back, you're cursed again." So fuck.
Fudge.
So this is where we are right now. Still pissed about last episode, but hopefully, this episode is better. As in, not as emotionally packed. Which I don't think so, because they're gonna realize, they're gonna see that Ragnar's dead, so there's gonna be the blowback from this.
Yeah, so just keep wishing then.
Yeah. Let's just jump in this episode and see what happens. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon for the full reaction.
Let's go!
Alfred is dead! He's dead!
What?
No.
That's not true.
No.
It's all over the country, they say. He's dead.
No.
It's a trick.
Alfred shut his precious soul out of his arsehole.
No, I don't think it's true.
Oh my god, Brisa, I'm so sorry for you, girl.
Ragnar?
Yeah, how could that be possible to have blood prints from the outside? Huh? Oh, Brida.
He's been dead for a while.
I'm still pissed that he didn't have his weapon with him when he died. Fudge.
Take it. Close your hand. Ragnar, close your hand and take this. Ragnar, take this.
He's been gone for a while.
Ragnar, take it. No, Ragnar, no!
I feel really bad. I haven't been liking her much these days, but I feel really fucking bad.
It is one thing for him to be dead, it's another for him to not going to Valhalla.
Ragnar's the only man amongst you is dead! Who did this? Cowards! All of you!
Frida, it was his woman.
It wasn't.
The knife was in her hand.
Why would he kill a woman he was trying to cut? Why would she kill him? How?
Maybe it was you who killed her.
Oh, fuck off.
Her husband was plowing another field, so the crazy bitch
We had
killed them both.
an understanding.
Not her, no. Nothing has changed.
Everything has changed.
We go on.
You have no leader.
Then I shall lead.
Of course.
How
We've got her.
convenient.
We will bury Ragnar, and we will march.
You need to burn him.
Get it done. And keep her quiet.
The thing is, Aethelwold will be crushed under the stress.
Yeah, he might talk.
I would not be surprised if he did.
To fight Teston's army, you will need an army.
Your
My father is to
your
join
man?
the Mercians at Aylesburg.
Oh, she's gonna push the return of Uthred.
Come with me. My father will forgive you, and you will lead his men against
I
Beamfleur.
do not want his forgiveness.
Then use his army
Manipulate him. I don't give a shit.
and recover Skade.
And then come
I
back to
offer you
me.
a way to end this curse.
Yeah, it's a good offer, cause it has to happen, right? We have nowhere to go. And when he finds out about Ragnar, we definitely have nowhere to go.
I know. We can still go to Bibbenberg, but we have no man, no
It's just-
army.
As king, can he just forgive what Uthred did just based on he saved his daughter?
Maybe. He's king.
Fetch Uthred. Tell him we have a guest. A woman.
Can we talk without you throwing spears?
Well, even if she's not, even if she doesn't stay with Uthred, Uthred needed to know that Ragnar was dead,
Yes.
right? And
It's
he's gonna be
destroy
pissed.
him. It's gonna destroy him.
You left him.
Oh, don't put it on him.
That is not his fault.
You should have left the Saxon bitch to die.
Where is he? I will go to him.
He's dead! Ragnar is dead!
Oh man.
He doesn't feast in Valhalla. Instead, he lies under a pile of stones at a lake near Loidis. He will spend eternity in the cold of Nibelheim because of you, Uhtred of Bember. You chose her. You chose Alfred. You left him.
Oh, Citric.
I should kill you. I don't want you to live with the pain of his death. He was your brother.
Oh, he knows. I hate her for saying that to him. I get she's angry and she's
She's grieving. She's in pain.
I don't care. She's putting that on his shoulders.
I know.
He did nothing. It wasn't his fault. The fucking grief will eat him alive.
Oh man.
Uthred, my brother is dead.
Oh.
God.
It is a skate and her
No.
curse. She must be recovered. We go to Alfred and to Ethelred.
We do?
And we beg for an army.
I hate that she did that to him. I kind of love that his train of thought is, well, my morality doesn't matter anymore.
Right away after he
He has no other
He
choice if he's
lost
desperate.
Cade.
Yeah,
he learned that his brother is
I
dead.
know. He's desperate for a way to get her back, so that's gonna push him back to Alfred. So that I'm fine with. But the way it happened hurts me.
What do you have to say to me?
Sorry.
I wish to speak to you alone.
This is a Witten. We are one people. These men are my friends and allies. I have nothing to hide.
But the guy behind you tried to kill your daughter. So choose your friends better.
It was Heston's intention to kidnap her. If that could not be done, he would have killed her. And you claim that he too is your ally.
I have never made that claim. I have listened to Heston, but I have never believed him fully.
Oh, you're so pale. Oh my gosh.
It's almost like they desaturated him a little bit.
Do not tell me what you have done.
You
Tell
brought
us
this.
all what it is you want.
He brought this.
You always want something.
1,000 men, and I will give you Beamfleur.
I do not need Beamfleur.
I will give you peace.
Ah,
I will defeat Heston. I will prevent him from joining with the Earls Knut and Bloodhair.
Not forgetting the Earl Ragnar.
dead.
Your brother is dead, Lord. That is to your advantage. With Heston defeated and Ragnar gone, the Danes will have half the army and no leader. To prevent a great war, you must attack Heston.
That seems viable, Lord.
Listen to your son.
You arrived here under the protection of the Lady of Mercia. I shall not undermine that protection. You are free to leave when you are ready and rested. You remain an outlaw of Wessex.
But not of Mercia, right?
Yeah, but it's not that easy. Like, it could not have been easy.
I know.
Like, too much happened.
My Lord Edward would like to speak with Uthred.
About what?
Perhaps we
I
have
would like
something.
to give him hope, Father.
Hope.
Half the number of men he asked for. Or
Okay?
more. But only if it were to bring a peace, till the spring at least. My father's sickness has cast a shadow. And I'm not yet ready to bring light.
Cometh the hour.
I fear a great battle now would have only one outcome: defeat. But if we were able to weaken the Danes, as Uhtred has suggested...
We need to hear more of his plan.
Let the man speak.
Forgive me.
He says he's not ready, but right now he's the only one making the actual good decision.
Of the king.
There's a thick forest surrounding Beamfleot. A good place to hide an army.
Yes, Lord. Good place to hide 500 men. Or more.
No, he knows why he's here.
And you shall have them.
Thank you.
Is that a promise you can keep, Lord?
It is, or I can never be called king.
Oh, I love him.
Set a day for the attack, and I will be there.
Like, they want him to be the future king, and they want him to be that quickly.
Alfred, do not be mad against your son.
Will be hidden in the wet.
The thing with Alfred is when he's pissed, you have to bring him the results. You know, don't listen.
True.
Bring him the results, and then
True.
after, ask for forgiveness.
Yeah. Do not ask for permission. Ask for forgiveness.
With Alfred, at least that's how it has to, you know,
Yeah.
go.
Who else was witness to this promise?
Is that important? I gave my word to
What you
Uhtred.
gave was not yours to give.
You want him to lead after you.
I'll say nothing.
He has to make these decisions sometimes. And he's actually being intelligent about it.
Inform Uhtred that Edward has withdrawn his support.
But I have not.
Lord Uhtred has already left camp.
Then send a messenger.
Lord King, Heston is our enemy now. Attacking him is to our
Dispatch
advantage.
a
It is to
messenger.
my advantage. I beg you to listen to me.
Put your pride aside for a sec, man.
If Heston is allowed to join Canute and Bloodhair, there will be a great battle. I'm not ready for such a battle, nor what will follow. I'm not a king. Not yet. And I fear the aftermath of a great battle will be a challenge too far.
I think it's so mature of him to say that.
It is.
We would not be marching to Beamfleot in support of Uhtred, but to protect the kingdom.
Speak about the kingdom. That's
to
good.
delay a greater battle and give me time.
Admitting weakness sometimes works, and in this
Time to
case, I
become
think...
worthy of your crown.
And he's giving him what he wants. He said he didn't want the crown, and now he's kind of saying he...
Approached me.
Yeah, well, you would have said no.
But you speak the truth.
Oh,
You are not yet ready, far from it.
Oh.
well...
You gave your word without the means nor ability to keep it. Perhaps you will never be ready.
Oh,
I
Fred.
think he is.
Your son speak wise. Listen to him. It is a smart plan.
I said leave.
But it's true, like, he gave a loan without the money to give a loan.
Yes, true. True. He believed he could convince his father to see reason.
Yeah, but
It hurts what he just said. He admitted a weakness, which in my opinion is strong of him, and Alfred is just rubbing in that
Is it
weakness.
possible to be both proud and feverish with anger?
Yeah.
at least you said proud.
Often the way, Lord, with children. He is his father's son, of that I have no doubt. He can become a man to follow, Lord, given the opportunity.
He made a good decision. A bit, you know.
Change his mind.
Of course he did. Thank you.
What's up?
March, Lord, to the Amphitheatre.
Oh, Daddy.
Daddy, I want an army.
Daddy, I want an army.
Oh,
It's an
but
inside
I'm
joke.
proud of you, buddy.
Oh, he's going too. He's not just sending people.
Whoa.
It has grown heavier these past weeks. I will manage.
But if he's coming, they're gonna have more than 500 men.
He's doing this.
Yeah.
I love the music.
Is he gonna die there?
I don't know. I don't want him to.
I'm not ready yet.
I think we have to get ready for him to die this season. I don't think it's gonna be here. You know, it's the fact that
God willing, this will be the last of both Alfred and Edward.
fuck you.
Long live the king!
It's the fact that they all know he's weak, but he still chooses to fight with them.
Long live the king.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Björn.
Oh.
You know, when you're too weak, but you still
Just
hold
stand
that
on your
sword.
horse, yeah.
Oh. I swear when he dies, I'm gonna be
Oh my-
so sad.
He's trembling so much.
Yeah, I know. The timing must be perfect.
Two lines!
Alfred, run towards us! Hurry up!
Alfred, I hope that you're there. I really hope that you're there right now.
Oh, he's there, but hurry up. We are a bit fucked.
I hope that Alfred's gonna do like the Knight of the Veil, surround them and just kill them.
Because, like, if Alfred wanted, he could just decide not to do shit.
They're there.
Oh, I know they're there, but it's still, you know. Well, I mean, he won't let them die, but he could.
We wait.
That's the thing, buddy.
Alfred.
No.
Lord, where's Alfred's army? Why are they
Making
waiting?
you sweat. Come on. Alfred.
The thing is, that would be a good opportunity to get rid of Uthred.
I know, that's what I was talking about. But
You want Uthred on your side. You want him alive.
Oh gosh.
Alfred, do something. Edward, do something.
Yeah.
Opposition.
Fuck off! Why?
They're being slaughtered.
Lord King, I gave him my word.
We hold our position.
Why, dude? If we lose someone we love, I'm gonna be pissed. Hey!
Fuck.
Oh boy.
He's still alive,
I
right?
cannot just stand by and watch them die.
What would Uthred do?
He would
He
come!
would allow his enemies to destroy one another.
I gave him my word.
And what will you do, boy? You can either bleat or you can make a decision.
Fucking attack, just go.
What will you do?
Go! They'll follow you to protect you, buddy. Just go. Go! Next episode. Next. It's a good thing we're watching the next one today. Okay, Alfred, you son of a bitch, I love you, but now you're pissing me off. But I love this though. Let me stop that.
Do you think that maybe Alfred is waiting for his son to
Make a decision.
to act?
There's a part of me that thinks that this is what's going on, you know? He's got a point when it comes to letting his enemies destroy each other, because to be fair, and I wanted to talk about this in the episode, but I waited a little bit. I'm all for what Edward did. Listening to Uthred, trusting him, sending him his help and stuff, listening to his strategy, that's fine. From Alfred's point of view, we cannot forget that, you know,
He tried to kill us.
he tried to kill him. Yeah. He betrayed them. And all the claims that they're making, like, we are on Uthred's side. We spend time with him. But from their point of view, as far as they know, he's a guy that never could, you know, he never became Christian. He never, you know, switched his allegiance.
Never committed entirely to our decision.
Exactly. And he's not the perfect little soldier that they want him to be.
He's not a perfect little soldier.
I know. But that thing is, like, we're watching this from Uthred's point of view, so we're all like, oh yeah, but he proved himself several times, so what you're doing to him is unfair. True, all of that is true, but then when Uthred is still not meeting the expectations of these Christians, these Saxons, and he's pushed against a wall, he lashes out. So we can't, I mean, they can't trust him completely, and like I said, as king, Alfred cannot just forgive him. So that's why it was complicated. Like, I was like, we have a chance with his children, but with Alfred, it's gonna be hard. Like, we can't just let that go, you know? So, he did save his daughter. So he's not killing him. That's good. When it comes to this, he was forced to show up and help. Which we'll talk about this later, but still, he was forced to show up and help. He does have a perfect opportunity to have them destroy one another and get rid of two of his enemies.
Yeah.
I think he is putting his son on the spot. Like, we finished with a shot of his face freaking out. He thought he was good enough to make a decision on his own without his father's advice or anything. So I think he's once again just saying, you know, now we're here and this is the perfect opportunity. Like, this is the I'm telling you what would be the best strategy for us to win here.
Get rid of a
What are
two
you
of an
gonna
enemy
do?
at once. Yeah.
Exactly. Like you didn't want my advice before, so I'm just gonna stand back here. I'm not gonna do shit.
Well,
now what are you gonna do?
Now would be a good opportunity for Edward to be
up.
like his father and not listen to his advisor and do what he wants to do.
Well, that brings me to Edward, because this episode, like, we've been seeing him more and more these last few episodes, and I'm starting to like his character a lot.
He made a wise decision to try to defeat one part of his enemy's
Uthred
army.
came up with a good strategy once again. Like, why should we trust him? Because he won your wars for you, man, several times.
Yeah.
He's good at this.
Have you seen his resume?
It's
incredible.
Exactly. But you know, a lot of things happened when it comes to Edward this episode, and Edward and Alfred. First of all, the most important one is he actually did say to his father that he was going to take the crown, which is something Alfred wanted to hear. And Edward, seeing an opportunity because I get it, you know, he's admitting that he's not ready for the crown, but he's gonna get it. You know, he knows it's gonna come. Like, it's like, and instead of keeping that veil in front of his eyes, saying like, oh, my father's gonna stay king for a while, and I don't have to think about this. Like, he took it off, and he was like, okay, let's be realistic.
They're
my
gonna
father's
die, father.
Gonna die.
They're gonna die.
They all know it. They all know it. They're
I know.
actually, you know, there's a fucking rumor spreading that he's actually dead already. And everyone is cheering when he gets on his horse with his chainmail, with his armor, ready to fight, because they know he cannot do it. Physically, he can't do it, but he's still trying, which is amazing. But that's for Alfred. They all know he's dying. So you take that veil off your eyes, and Edward is saying, you're gonna die, I'm gonna be king. So this is something Alfred wanted to hear for a while. You know, you take your responsibility. He's taking his responsibilities. Okay, I'll be king. I am not ready to deal with whatever shit is gonna happen if you do that war. Whether or not we win or lose, like there are gonna be consequences, for sure. And he's not ready to face this. If his father were to die now, he would have to face the battle, and he's not ready. I love that, and I mean, there's strength in admitting your weaknesses.
Always.
Alfred is a bit different, because right now he does have a weakness, and he doesn't, I mean, it's not like he doesn't admit it, but at the same time he tries to hide it, and he tries to push through it.
Well, he's trying to show a strong front to his enemies and his allies, because you don't want to appear weak to your enemies or allies, because if you do, people are going to take advantage of it, or
they're going to lose hope.
Yeah.
And I get it. But, you know, Alfred's reaction to this is pushing through his weakness, staying strong despite the fact that he's not willing to do anything. And then even in season 1, when he became king, he wasn't ready to become king, but he had to push through it and accept his responsibilities. And then later after that, when you're not ready, you listen to your advisors, you listen to your allies, and you take your cues. He did that before. It's just that with Alfred, he learns a little bit and then he steps back a couple steps, you know? With Edward, I think it's the same, but at least he's not blinded by his obsession of a kingdom. He's not blinded by his fear of betrayal.
Yeah.
And he grew up with tales of Uthred and stuff like that.
That with years and powers.
Yes, and there's a difference between, you know, the generations. Like, Alfred is a Christian, he's all for his religion, so he's biased when it comes to Vikings. When it comes to Edward, he grew up with tales of Uthred saving his kingdom. I think he's not as biased when it comes to religion as his father is.
Yeah.
So perhaps he's not blinded by this. Like, the problem with Uthred and Alfred has always been the same thing. Uthred is not willing to commit 100% to their religion and their ideas.
And Alfred is not open man to...
Exactly. His bias leads him to, you know, lack faith and trust in Uthred, because it's always, you say you're on my side, but you're never truly on my side, because he thinks that Uthred not switching religion or not being Christian and stuff like that means he's not, but he can be your friend without having the same religion, you know, but he's not seeing it like that. And I think Edward might not be as blind to the opportunities.
Speaking about Edward, I really think that they did great with at the beginning, we got a shot of Uthred with the horse, and he told Ethelflaed that even though that the horse doesn't understand his words, he knows that he's a friend. And by being a friend, that's how you got meant to follow you. Like, they talk about Uthred and his men. Right now, Edward is in the same position. He needs to show Uthred that he's a friend and they can rely on him.
Yeah.
But he needs to attack and protect him.
Well, that's the thing. Like, now we're going to go back to the discussion with but Edward and Alfred.
Yeah.
He did give his word without being able to...
Sorry, guys.
You need to do that.
Sorry, guys.
He needs to understand that you cannot just go around making promises that you can't, follow through with, which he did, because it's not his decision, it's Alfred's decision. But he stepped up. In my opinion, he stepped up and he went with his actual reason. I am not ready to become king, but I will become king. So if I am to be king, I need to create a kingdom, or at least a piece of some kind that I can deal with, because otherwise we'll lose. So he's thinking of the future. He's showing responsibility, which is what Alfred wants. And it's pissing him off a little bit because, yeah, he's going against his idea of what should be done.
Yeah.
But he did say it, like, he's both proud and angry. And I think
that's the job of a parent.
I mean, it's definitely a lesson he's doing. He's just, okay, you wanted to be your own person and make decisions. Let's see you face the consequences here. You can't just make big speeches and say, okay, I'll help you, and then let me do all the work.
True.
Of course, doing that without, saying anything to anyone makes sure that Uthred is losing friends right now.
Yeah. I really hope that Alfred's bastard, I forgot his name, I'm so sorry. I hope that he's gonna be okay, because he got ripped up by that shield.
Yeah, but it was the leg and stuff. I think he's fine. He's passed out, but I think he's fine. If we were to lose someone we care about, I would be pissed at Alfred.
Me too.
But I think Edward needs to just not listen to his father and decide to go and help himself. Like, if he goes, they'll follow, for sure. He needs to be protected, so they won't just allow him to leave. But I really, really love this episode. I really love the discussion, Edward's decision, the whole speech. I see it as a strength, whereas there are different types of strength. Alfred pushing through his weakness and standing strong with his sword. He's shaking like crazy, but he's still holding it up. That's, in my opinion, that's strength.
Edward admitting his weakness is also a form of strength.
Exactly. When you have to do it and there's no other option, you have to show strength. But when you still have the option, admitting that you're not ready and asking for help, or at least making a good judgment based on the fact that you know your own weaknesses, you know what you're capable of, that's not just strength, that's also being wise.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said before, Alfred sometimes gets blinded by his emotions, which in my opinion is bad when you're king, all his uncertainties, his fear of being betrayed, his lack of trust and stuff, that makes him unreliable when it comes to being a good friend.
I want to make a joke right now. Remember when Uthred was with the pre-Witten, with the council, and he said, "What's your plan, Uthred?" "Oh, I'm gonna prevent a war." Not enough. I'm gonna bring peace. Someone talk about peace. Alfred's gonna make someone talk about peace.
Well, that's not what he did, but...
No, but he came before, I know. But
I love that he showed up, though, because, like... at first I was like, it might be better if he's not there, because he's bringing in his bias, But then, when you realize that Aethelred is actually leading the discussion, and he's not letting anyone with sense speak, and he's actively turning again, because he doesn't want Uthred. He doesn't want Uthred to be an ally to Alfred. So when he's actively pushing the conversation between, let's kill him now, it's good that Alfred shows up and he's like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not home. I'm in charge. I also love the scene with Aethelflaed and Aethelred.
Oh, the game is on between these two.
He still has power. Like, he's still terrifying, and she backed down a little bit, but I love that she still came in with that attitude.
Arnaf is bigger than he is.
Yeah, but I mean...
And all the sense of the meaning, by the way.
He needs to be dealt with, but it's true that the problem is, right now, we're already at war with the Danes. They cannot afford to be at war with Mercia, too. Which is what would happen if she told Alfred what was going on. And I love that he's also, like, right now, the only thing that makes me afraid, and at the same time I enjoy it, but he's so stressed because he doesn't know what she knows. Yeah. Although this scene probably told him that she knew he was after her.
He knows that she knows.
Yeah, but at first, like the fact that he didn't know if she knew the truth, and she kind of said half a truth. Like she meant. Eventually, she said she meant Aiston, but she definitely also could have meant him. So he wasn't sure if she meant him or the other.
You weren't really surprised that I got attacked by Aiston.
Or no, when she showed up and she was like, "I'm here to talk about traitors and stuff." I'm like, the face he made, like, oh fuck, because that's the thing. She has this power. She could definitely stop him here. Say the truth and stop it here. And I would love for that to happen and for the army to choose a side with her.
I really hope that we're gonna have that scene.
I don't know if we can because their duty is to fight for him. So as much as they love her, I don't know if they would support her. But maybe.
You know what? We were surprised with all of them because he chose Mercia over Ethelred.
Yeah.
And for him, Mercia is the lady of Mercia because she's good for Mercia. So maybe the army of Mercia will choose Mercia. Yeah,
but at the same time, but that's the thing. He chose to support her, but he's still staying with him because he cannot openly say, "I support her, let's fuck him up."
If the problem comes to light and everybody knows about it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about advisors here, we're talking about soldiers.
No, I know, but I mean that if the times come for the soldiers to choose their leader, they're gonna go with Ethelflaed because they trust her. Just like
I want that to be true.
Uthred.
I want that to be true. Let's just not forget that we're in medieval times where women had no fucking worth.
I know.
Yeah, it's a TV show, and we've seen women in history also sometimes rise and get people behind them. True. But usually when the army has to choose between the woman and the man, they kind of have to follow the guy. It's history, so I'm just saying it could happen because it's a TV show.
Even if the guy is Ethelred.
Yeah. The thing is, she has no worth.
I know.
I'm pissed that it's true, but it's true, and it's a TV show. It's based on, it's fiction, sort of. It's based on true stuff, but still.
It's still fiction.
It's still fiction, and for the sake of story, storytelling, we could do something crazy like that. But the fact that they're not doing it, like they're not making them choose, in my opinion, is because they know it wouldn't work. She didn't say that they had, that her husband wanted her dead to her men. She can't put them in this position. Like, she didn't tell the truth to any of her guards. She just fled saying, "Oh, we're going to pray," She cannot say anything because even though they trust her and they follow her, they are bound to follow him too. They have to listen to him.
It sucks. It sucks.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, there are people who would, like, if she did a coup, if she truly had people with her to kill her husband and she became, like, the sole queen, there's a lot of people who would be like, well, we can just have a queen as leader, and then it would start a civil war.
Well, we did have a queen and Viking. Was it Mercia too, or was it another country?
And how many problems did that bring?
Well, she wasn't totally there,
True, and I mean, it wasn't even about her. Her fucking brothers, her family were fighting each other to know who was gonna be king, and they forgot that she was a contender.
I know.
And the only reason why she became a contender was because she went to another king and asked for help.
True.
It's a harsh reality of women in medieval times.
Yeah.
In any case.
Was that all pink?
I will still be, no matter how, I don't care how it happens. I want it to happen. And when it happens, I'll be happy.
Me too.
So there you go. And speaking of being happy, I just want to quickly say again, Brita, fuck off, girl. I love you, but I don't like when you do shit like this.
Okay. She's angry. She's in pain. She's grieving. She wants a scapegoat. She's go to Uthred.
I know, but I understand where these feelings are coming from.
I do think that she believes that if Uthred was still by Ragnar's side, he would have been alive.
Which technically is true.
Yeah.
Because, I'm pretty sure Canute wanted, it's his name, right?
Canute.
He wanted an opportunity to rise. So killing Ragnar is perfect. And in this case, using Aethelwald was, the best way to, do it, but not do it directly. And if Uthred had stayed,
Ethelwald would have done
would not have had a reason. So, I mean, the opportunity presented itself when Uthred left, but it's not Uthred's fault. At all.
No.
So, I get it's the anger that speaks, and I get that she feels betrayed and now she's alone. She lashed out, and it's just because I love Uthred and I hate when he suffers, and I hate to see him, you know, he's learning the truth like that, you know? Oh. And she's making it so much worse by saying like, oh, he's not in Valhalla, you know, he didn't have his sword and stuff, that's all on you. I'm like, fuck off. It's hurting him already, stop it.
I know, stop twisting the knife.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I should laugh or just cry, but every single time that Uthred do not believe and Kate curse or just let her go, something bad happened to him.
No, it's not that he doesn't believe, it's that his conviction, like, he wanted to save her already, but he wasn't willing to go to Alfred for an army. And then learning that the curse already is working and it's already taken his brother, he's like, okay, you know what? Fuck my pride.
Alfred, give me an army.
Yes, it's exactly that. And that's the only thing good that came out of this, in my opinion, is that he went back to Alfred, because I'm not saying the relationship is not toxic, but I'd rather have him surrounded with people who can help rather than alone.
True.
And Alfred, as much as I love him, he's gonna die soon. And after that, it's all his children and they all love us. So we're gonna be fine.
Also true.
Right? We have a thing with Ethelflaed. It's official. So that would give us Mercia, perhaps. I don't know.
We need to get rid of the husband first.
But the husband is the one that has a right to Mercia, though. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't know how succession would work. Because he's this, I mean, if we don't get rid of him first and stuff comes out, like, it depends on the order of things, but he's the one that has the right to Mercia, not her. Mm-hmm. So if he dies and she's left and she doesn't have a kid, people could claim, you know, oh, okay, let's go to the cousin or whatever.
Yeah, but we have a claim to Bibbenberg.
But that's not Mercia.
She could be a lady of Wibbenberg.
Yeah, that's not Mercia. That's not big. Eventually, that would be cool.
It's a place. It's a land.
Like, Wibbenberg is so far behind.
It's something.
Wibbenberg is small, and it's...
Wibbenberg is so season 1.
So season 1. No, but that's the thing. It is so season 1. Because now we've moved on to kingdoms.
That's just too funny.
We've moved on to kingdoms.
Oh, on est rendu là maintenant, king.
Oh yeah, we've moved on.
You moved on. We want something big now.
We're gonna stop it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. It was really good. It was really good. Stop it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't know, just follow
And if you want to watch it on YouTube, it's going to be out next week. So we'll see you then, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys.